Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. According to the meaning of a hadith which has been narrated by Imam Bukhari, the Prophet ﷺ told us that it would be better for a person to carry wood over his back and then to go to sell it rather than not doing anything and asking people for money and asking people for help. Sometimes people will help him and sometimes people will not help him. This is a very important lesson for those who believe that it is enough to put the trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for Him to provide us with rizq, and to work is not actually important. There are some people who do think like that. They believe it is much more important to go out there and do the work of da'wah, for example, and to call people towards Islam, etc., etc., and to not worry much about working and earning money, and to just believe and put tawakkul and put trust on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for Him to provide us with food and drink, etc. That is not the way uh, how a Muslim should be thinking. And through this hadith, which I have mentioned, the Prophet ﷺ is teaching us this lesson that do not be that type of person, that you're going to be you're not working, you're just uh, sitting around and not doing anything. You must go to work. You must go to work. And the second lesson here in this hadith that we are learning is that it is uh, it is better to go to work rather than asking people for money. And this is an indication, this is a hint for those people who are actually who actually prefer to claim benefits, for example, and not working and sitting at home and not doing anything. This is not how a Muslim should be behaving in his life. Even if you know claiming benefit might be the easy option sometimes, it might be easy money, as some people like to put it. But this is not, you know, how a Muslim should be behaving. And the Prophet ﷺ here again is telling us that rather than asking people, because at the end of the day, claiming benefit is, how do you call it? It is very similar to begging. Okay, because at the end of the day, you are asking, you need to make the application, etc., etc. Yes, if somebody has got a genuine reason, to claim, or a genuine reason sometimes to ask people for money, because maybe they cannot find any form of work, maybe they're ill, they cannot work, etc., etc. We are not talking here about, the exception here. There will always be exception to many, many rules. Yeah, we are not talking about the exception, but we are talking about the behavior of a Muslim in general. How should he be behaving in society? And Islam wants us to actually work, to be productive, okay? To be productive, to put our effort in, especially when we are young and we are in good health, etc., etc. And, you know, it is only through work that society will be able to move. If we want to create a good society anyway, even for the Muslim within a Muslim environment or an Islamic environment, it is inconceivable, to think that Muslim just need to sit around and worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in a masjid without working or anything like that. It is inconceivable. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, they did the work. The Sahabas, they did a lot of work. Okay, they all had their job. They all had their activities, and they were the people. If they wanted, they could have just sit back and think, okay, the Prophet ﷺ is among us. Let us just do tawakkul and have trust that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will be sending food for us on a daily basis. They didn't do that. They didn't do that. So if they didn't do that, if Sahaba didn't do it, Ridwanullahi ta'ala alayhim ajma'in, if they didn't do it, then how can we believe that it is okay for us to actually sit back and then thinking, what, I will be asking money from my parents, I'll ask money from my sibling, or I'll claim benefit, etc., etc. There are people that believe sometimes that it is better to claim. Okay, it is better to claim rather than working, because they feel that through working you're just putting too much effort in, but you're not really earning enough money. That is again, it is a wrong thinking. And that's why the Prophet ﷺ here is saying it is better, the example he has given, to carry wood over the back. Because why the Prophet ﷺ gave this example? He chose that particular example because these are these are type of work that are actually painful. You know, it's not easy to carry wood over the back and to walk around with it. And yet the Prophet ﷺ is saying it is better, basically, you hurt yourself, yeah, you go through all that difficulties to make a living, to earn money in a halal way, rather than just not doing anything and thinking, you know what, I'll just ask this charity for money, or I'll ask these people for money and I will get it. So this is a very important lesson for us. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the right understanding. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help us find a job which is suitable for us, which is enough to make a living, to pay all our bills, all our expenses, and to even to even have enough to save, etc., so that we can live in a decent manner. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us health and wealth. And until next time, peace inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.